right, welcome back, and as always, we do appreciate you for your time. Let's continue informing you. Now, countries in the Greater Horn of Africa are currently at a very critical transition moment from drought effects, where over 24 million people in the region face hunger, to an abnormal condition of over 90% of very strong El Niño and a 75% probability of Indian Ocean dipole. According to experts, over 1.5 million people will be affected by floods, 450,000 affected by landslide, and 1.5 million affected by waterborne diseases. The government and leaders in this region are now asked to take urgent action to prevent severe effects. Hezron Kimari with the details from Kigali, Rwanda.
We're expecting in 2026 is a very strong El Niño with over 90% probability that this could be a very, very strong El Niño. Mark my word, not super El Niño, but very strong El Niño. So we are also seeing over 75% probability that we'll be having a positive Indian Ocean dipole.
This is El Niño forecast by Kenya Meteorological Department, saying that both Indian Ocean dipole and El Niño indicators are very strong. Experts have warned over impending severe impacts of food security, health, and infrastructure.
El Niño is not the only factor that brings us above average rainfall. We also have what you call the positive Indian Ocean dipole, like I explained before. So in 2015, the Indian Ocean dipole was weakly positive. And that is why we did not get as much rainfall as we got in 1997, when we had both a strong positive Indian Ocean dipole and a very strong El Niño. Another example is 2023, we only had a strong El Niño and a very strong positive Indian Ocean dipole, so we ended up having floods across the country.
Some of the counties that are expected to be hit hard by El Niño when it strikes include Tana River, Kilifi, Mandera, Marsabit, Wajir, Nairobi, Busia, Kisumu, Narok, Mombasa, and Baringo.
Sana sana itaathiri Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, Tana River na Coastal Region. Vile itaathiri pia part of Central Province, na vile Bonde la Ufa, na area counties kama Kisumu na vile Busia, areas za Budalange. Ile kitu himisa sana ni wananchi wajiathari.
The experts further say 450,000 families will be affected by landslide due to heavy rains. Areas to be affected include Muranga, Elgeyo Marakwet, West Pokot, Kiambu, Baringo, Makueni, and Tharaka Nithi, which are expected to receive between 20 millimeters and 30 millimeters of rain.
Yet northeastern part of the region will be quite enhanced, receiving a lot of rainfall. So for Pasol, it is dual things. So they normally say flood is not a bad thing for them. It's good news because they'll harvest quite a number of water. But this will come with a number of displacement.
The experts have called for urgent action by national and county governments to mitigate the effects of El Niño.
Itakuwa kama 450,000 familia. So kwa sababu ya hiyo, tunaomba sana wananchi wajiadhari, waende kwa mahali miuniko, mahali ambao iko salama kwao, kwa sababu hii itaharibu mali yao, itaharibu maisha.
The El Niño effects are expected to extend to western and eastern parts of IGAD region, which are expected to receive rains of 90% up to 300 millimeters.
Caseload is very high. We have, in 6 IGAD countries, we have 24 million people who are in IPC phase 3 and above. If you include countries like ICPA countries like Tanzania and Burundi, you will see the caseload increasing up to 26 million. But the number could be even very high because like most of the analysis that were done by the IPC team, for example, Sudan and other areas, is only focusing on hotspot areas.
This was revealed during the 74th Greater Horn of Africa Climate Outlook Forum being held in Kigali, Rwanda. Countries from the IGAD member state have been challenged to move out of the boardrooms and take early measures to avoid adverse effects of El Niño. Hezron Kimari, KTN, Kigali, Rwanda.
Now, environmental